sorry to interrupt there, Joey, but then we'll roll into the frog. I'm excited about that for sure.
Yeah, I think this frog has more hype around it probably than any bait I've ever seen that's come out from 6th Sense. And rightfully so. I've had this thing in all stages of testing, and it was kind of a deal where, you know, obviously most companies in the industry have a frog in their product lineup, and we could have turned around and made one 5-6 years ago when the craze was really getting strong, you know, just kind of like the other ones to make a quick buck. But they really, instead of doing that, took the time to make it just right. And I think that's why people are so excited for it. And of course, seeing people catch them like crazy on it in videos. But yeah, I think there's just so many good things about this frog. It's a popping frog, as you guys can tell, has the cupped lip up there. It's kind of a longer profile frog. And first thing you're probably noticing is it comes in a lot of the same great colors that 6th Sense is known for. Probably better colors on this guy than any frog I know of on the market, with the shad and bluegill baitfish colors. But then, of course, we have the typical fish catchers, the whites, the blacks, the browns, greens, stuff like that. Yeah, everything about this frog was built to get it in. It skips extremely well. Once a fish eats it, it's the right softness that it collapses well. It's tough enough that it doesn't tear. It's got a completely custom weight in the bottom of it that fits through the hook gap there. So when it compresses, that weight fits right there between the two back hooks there. So it's not in the way. It doesn't impede the hook set at all. It doesn't fill with water. That was a big thing when we were testing this and developing this frog. That was one of the biggest things. Of course, you don't want to be squeezing the water out of your frog every single cast you make. So to combat that, we made this proprietary this plug right here. It's the plug that's the main spot where water enters a frog when it compresses or when it hits the water when you're working it, is where those hooks come through the body. So we made a plug right there. I don't know if you guys can see that in the light, but
we can see it on the main camera here.
Yeah, it stops the water from coming in. And I don't know, guys, the frog's built around this hook, so the hook, you don't have to open hooks up at all on it. I generally trim a little bit off the legs coming out of the package, but besides that, you tie it on, throw it out, and it walks extremely well, it skips well, and it hooks fish. I don't know what else there's to say.
Yeah, I mean, you might have mentioned in the beginning, I got a little distracted. I was getting some notifications coming from the control room, but I noticed the recessed line tie. Did you talk about that and why it looks? That's the first thing I noticed. It's kind of set back into the mouth. Is that just to help it spit, or is there a reason for that? Or is this how it's built?
Yeah, I think when we moved that back there, it actually gives it a louder chugging noise. There's only a couple popping frogs, and I'm a huge popping frog fan. I have the majority of them. There's only a couple of them that can really chug and pop hard, you know, kind of like an old school pop R or something like that. And when we removed that line tie more recessed back in that mouth, it gave it a bigger bloop, bigger chugging noise. But yeah, I mean, you hit it on some soft twitches and stuff, it'll still spit really nice. And as you're walking it, since it does have that cupped mouth, the cup that kind of works all the way around the line tie there, it's spraying, shooting water as you walk it. So I don't know, I can't say enough good things about this frog.
Has the frog made an appearance on the circus yet, or are you guys, is it new to you?
Oh no, I've been using
I've
this
been
guy.
throwing, I've been able to get a couple in my hands, and I know that Ben's caught a lot on it. I know Darian's caught a lot on it recently, and I will say what Ben said. It is the easiest frog to walk you will ever walk. And I would say that about the catwalk too, going back to it. These are two top waters that anybody can use and have success with. But it is the easiest frog to walk I've ever seen.
I'm guessing it's going to be a cool frog for back at the house there, Matt, probably throw around a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. So to me, on Guntersville, the people that really fish a frog, the one thing they're worried about is hookup ratio, because whether it's Guntersville gets a lot of pressure, and a lot of people, you want to be able to catch the fish that bite. I think the slender profile on it allows you to walk it really easy, but also gives it a longer shank hook, so your hookup ratio is good, and the body's not too tough on it, so when a fish bites it, it can collapse down. So I think it's money, definitely.
That's awesome. Well, this is the new Vega Frog from 6th Sense, available for pre-order now.